makeup. I'm gonna talk about something. Okay, I'm going to an event tonight, but because I drive 2 hours to go get my daughter, I gotta drive an hour to get her and then an hour back. I've gotta get ready now. And okay, I have 1 hour to get ready. And so I'm going to do my makeup and talk about it on how I do event makeup for me. So what I'm doing is I'm taking our beauty blender and I sprayed it with setting spray. And I'm just gonna steeple this on my cheeks, just where a lot of my problem areas are, not necessarily all over, but just where my problem areas are. And I get a lot of discoloration that I have to cover up. And a lot of it when it's new is quite red. And then I have this area right here that just gets out of sorts. And so I wanna try popping a camo color on, which just what a camo color is it's a shade or two darker. So what my actual foundation color is, I'm gonna go 2 shades darker to camouflage those areas, and then I'll put my makeup on, but I am also going to mute them down. It is a little bit more makeup, but I mean, don't we all wanna know all the secrets and all the tips and tricks? So that's what I'm gonna do. So first things first, I have combination skin. I want my makeup to stay, so I use my setting spray as a primer. And what I'm gonna do is I am gonna grab my powder brush here, and I'm gonna go into my setting powder. And I'm just getting it on this side. Do I want it? No, I like this side for my powder. This brush, I tell you, if you were to have the powder brush, this pointy end is the best end for that. And so what I'm doing here is I am putting my setting powder, which is getting pretty bare. I am just basically absorbing all the oils. Once I start messing with my skin and I've been up and about for the day, I really start producing some oil. So I'm just going to go down the middle of my face where I get extra oily, which is my T-zone, right here, and then down right here, and that's it. And so what I'm doing is absorbing the oil that has worked its way out. I am gonna put a little right up here on the tops of my cheeks because I get some serious shine, and then especially here and here, because I'm gonna be covering that up with that camo color. I want it to be pretty dry, so I'm putting that powder on. Okay, next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip it to the flat end, and I'm gonna use this for my color correcting. So I'm gonna go into that aspen color that I like, and I am going to just go over those areas where there's discoloration, just putting a little bit on. I mean, you really don't see where it is. This is not it. My brush is just dirty. It's over here. All right, and I'm gonna go right here, and I'm just, again, muting it down. So you can still see it, but my cheeks are covered in cystic acne scarring, and I'm really self-conscious about it, and I'm also hyper aware of it. And so I'm just gonna get that covered. All right, and now I'm gonna use my finger to put a little bit of that aspen on my finger. You can barely see it, let's see. It's such a gray tone, there it is. And I'm gonna go right here over that zit to just mute down that color really good. And then this little spot right here with some gray, this could be a bad idea. But I've just put it over that just to camouflage it a little bit, but I'm gonna go over with that camouflage color, which I'm gonna use my summer color, which is Sandy. Do I have that right here? Is it this guy right here? Nope. Let's find it, shall we? I am out of sorts today. All right, so Sandy is my summer color. I need to get it out so I can show you. I'm not putting it in my palette because I don't do this whole camo thing very often, just when I'm going to an event. So Sandy, you can tell I've tested it out on some people. And I'm gonna just go on, and I'm gonna put a fingerprint on, and I'm gonna go here. And I'm just putting, you can see it's a perfect circle, just a fingerprint over that, just like that, okay? I also have large pores. As you get older, your pores start to be more pronounced, which stinks, but it happens. And I've always had larger pores right here on the apples of my cheeks, but as I've been maturing, it's working its way down right here. And so that aspen color that I color correct with also works really well as a primer over pores. So if you're concerned about pores with creams, don't be. That aspen can really help combat that. And there's also really great pore hiding. I don't know what they're called. I should find them. But there is really good makeup primers for larger pores, which work really well. And if you want to know what they are, ask me. I'll find them because I have access to a lot of artists who do the dang thing. All right, so let's do the makeup. I'm going to get my Frenchie color, and I'm just going to get that little area right there, thin it out. Get this little area, thin it out, get that guy. I've been really dark in just one spot over there lately. I don't understand. Okay, let's get started. So I'm going to go in, I've been really like just using my detail brush lately. So I'm gonna go into my main highlight, which right now is June, and I'm gonna stamp into it and I'm gonna load her up. And I am going to I'm gonna get over that discoloration. So if I'm going to an event, I do a fuller coverage. So I bring my main foundation up a little higher over that discoloration. Just like that. So I'm just bringing this around on my cheeks, and I'm just gonna blend this in. I'm gonna move it to the ends, to the creases of my nose and my smile crease. And what I like about June is, so I have a lot of redness from my old scarring. June has a green undertone. I don't color match people to June very often unless I see that you have some redness, because it has that green undertone, it will combat that. I have this handy thing here, look at that. So the opposite of red is green. And so June has that green undertone without adding a green layer. Remember that green goo we used to use? All right, so that's my cheeks. I'm gonna do my forehead in one fell swoop for you, but I wanna handle my cheeks first. I'm gonna do one area at a time and just kind of talk as I go. So I'm just spreading this out, pulling this down, and I like to go on the bottom part of my chin right here with it. And I just don't need a lot of product on the brush because it has that high pigmentation. I don't have a lot. And there we go. I've covered all of that discoloration really well. Everything in here is foundational coverage. But again, when I'm doing an event, I get extra self-conscious. And if I'm gonna be around a lot of people, and let's face it, people know I sell the makeup, so I'm feeling obligated to be like, check it out. Okay, I'm gonna go into indigo. It's my favorite contour color. I'm gonna push into the edge right here, and I am gonna come down onto my cheekbone right here, and I'm pushing up, just like that. I'm gonna show another trick that I learned with contouring as I go. Okay, so there we go. Boom. Contour's on. Doesn't that look nice? I love this contour. Okay, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna use my finger because I'm doing one area at a time. I'm grabbing Bella, and I'm just gonna come right here. And then I'm gonna steeple that into that cheek area and into that contour, and they're just gonna kind of marry together. Just like that. Boom. Okay, so let's do some blush. I like using the blush and bronzer brush. I'm gonna be mixing two colors. So I have Pinky Promise. I actually have all three. I'm not sure what I wanna do. I'm not gonna use Pinky Promise. I'll probably use that on my lips. I'm gonna go into Frenchie. I don't like using semi-glosses when I go to an event because they get a little sticky, and I don't prefer them. I like them for every day when it's a really light coverage, but not on a full coverage. So first I'm gonna go into Frenchie, and I'm just gonna come up here on the high point of my cheek, and I'm gonna bring it down. And I like Frenchie, it's that nice peachy tone. This also helps combat that redness that's underneath my makeup, like that, okay? And I'm gonna stop there. I am gonna get into this guy here. This is my all-time favorite blush. This is Saffron. I love this brush. It pairs well with every blush. Every blush. If you're putting one on, you think you need just a little something extra, but you're not sure what it is, it's Saffron, I promise. All right, I'm gonna go into the small end of the detail brush, and I'm gonna go into my brightening highlight, and I am going to get my under eye. And I haven't done the other cheek yet. I kind of just wanna show the difference, because a lot of people are like, I'm really scared of contour. Do I need to do it? The answer is no, you don't need to. So if you're scared, if trying contour is what's holding you back from trying the makeup, don't get the contour, just get the makeup. All right, just like that. Look at how pretty that is once it's all together. I'm gonna flip it, and I'm just gonna push right here. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about, where if you feel like you're missing something, like this is a great neutral cheek. But if you feel like you need something else, you're gonna dip in a little bit to that saffron. You're gonna smirk a little so you can really see where that cheek is, and you're just gonna touch it right down here. You're gonna flip it, and you're gonna give this a little whoosh whoosh. It's like the tiniest difference. Okay, here's that trick I learned with my contour that I've been liking lately. I'm taking my brightening on the edge here. I'm gonna come here and I am going to carve this out like a Nike swoosh. And then it's the brightening, so it's not the main highlight. And it's just giving this a definition that's so pretty. And then I'm going into that contour and giving it a blend, and it's just pretty. Okay, so this is the difference. So if you're wondering if you need more, if you're wondering if you need to do the contour, you need to do all the things. You really don't. You already have natural shadowing here. All I've done is accentuated it a little bit. And if that's not something you're totally comfortable with yet, don't do it. It's okay. It's okay. All right, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna do the other side. So I'm gonna go into that indigo and I'm gonna get that cheek and just push. This is how easy it is. This is honestly how easy it is. And I love it. I'm gonna go in with that bronzer here. Just like that. Look at how easy it is. I'm gonna go in with Frenchie. I think it's time to melt Frenchie down. It is time. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with a little bit of saffron and I'm gonna smile. I'm just gonna add that pink. It's just so nice. Okay, so going in with my brightening underneath and then bringing it together. So pretty. Boom. Gonna go into that brightening again, and we're just gonna swoosh it. And then you just pull this down, and then we're just gonna marry it all together. Grab this guy. The fluffy end of the blush and bronzer brush is your secret weapon. I feel like I need to bring matching. Need them to match. Okay, let's do the around the mouth. Let's just move around in all different orders. That's fine too. Okay, so I had already put my main highlight right down here. I'm going to go into my brightening and I'm going to pop it right here and right here. And what this is doing is it's bringing lightness in, and then you're just marrying it into that main highlight, just like that. And I had steepled over that. Now we can see it, but we see it because it's a bump, not because it's red. That's a big, this is where people struggle, where they feel like they could still see it. You're seeing it because it's a bump, it's a texture. You can't remove texture. You can remove color, but not texture. So I have covered it. That is as good as it's gonna get. It is not red anymore. It's just a bump. It's just a bump. I'm struggling right here. I feel like I have a scratch on my face, probably from my kids. Okay, so let's do the nose. The nose is fun. Oh, that was honestly it. Just adding brightening and then blending it out. Easy. Okay, so the nose, I'm gonna go in on that edge again, and we are going to go on the top, not the side, and we're gonna draw two lines. Just like that. They don't have to be neat and tidy. I like to put mine right here. I do feel like it needs a little extra right here. And I make sure that my shadow I'm mimicking goes into my brows. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my finger on my brightening, going right down the middle of the nose, just like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna steeple, and that's it. Get the tip. I'm gonna move this right up here. I'm gonna take this little end right here, and I'm just gonna give her a fluff. I'm gonna blend everything out until I'm happy. Mama's happy. That's it. That's all, folks. That's how easy it is. I'm just gonna give this a little blend right here and here. That's it. I always feel like there's some big secret everybody's waiting for. No, there's not. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go in and do my forehead. This I feel like is a really great example of how it's one layer of makeup. So I'm gonna stamp on and I'm gonna go across my forehead. Then I'm gonna go into my main highlight and I'm gonna go across my forehead. Then I'm gonna go in with my brightening. I'm gonna go right here in the middle on the bottom. One layer is on my face. And then I'm gonna steeple my brightening into my main above my brows here. I'm gonna blend out my main highlight and then I'm going to blend my contour. That's the magic word. Everybody is thinking bibbidi bobbidi boo. How does she make it work? It's easy. You just, less is more. It's all found. Remember that if you remember it's all foundational coverage, it's easy. I think the most intimidating part is with anything, anytime you start a new job and they put you in front of a computer, you're like, I can't do that. This is too new. It's all easy. All right, let's contour the lips. So I'm gonna go in with my multitasker brush and I'm gonna go into my contour here. And I'm gonna go under my lip, make that little soul patch. Start with the soul patch and then just push like that. And it creates this shadow that makes it look like your lip is curling. Okay, we're gonna go on the edge of the brush and I'm gonna go right above the lip here also. And right down the middle right there. And then we're just gonna blend it. Okay, I'm gonna go into my brightening here, 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 and here. And then we're gonna blend it. So what I've done here is this is just structuring and defining my corners of my lips. And this is accentuating the peaks of my Cupid's bow. Is this part considered the Cupid's bow? What is that called? I have no idea. Okay, I wanna put a little more here and here because I want it to really look full today. Okay. That is it. I feel like I'm a broken record. And I'm gonna combine my two favorite lip colors that stay. Okay, so what you need is Maybelline Tattoo Studio. I thought I had lip conditioner in there, but I don't. And it's in the colors Dreamer and Loyalist. So we're gonna take Dreamer first. And it's this pretty ballet pink is what I'm gonna call it. And I'm gonna line my lips with it. Okay, line. My lips. I am really happy with how that camouflage color works. So if you have your summer color laying around, use it on a zit. All right, so I've taken, God, I can't remember colors, Dreamer, and I've lined my lips and it makes this pretty pale pink. Now I'm gonna go into Dreamer, which is more of a neutral color. And I'm gonna go in the middle, right here and here. Push them, smush them, kind of ombres it together. And it's really good. I'm gonna let this dry and then I'm gonna go in with, I'm just going to use the lip conditioner that we have. I really like it. I feel like this stuff, while it does stay, it's really drying. So there's that. I'm gonna take, ooh, this will be fun. So this is As You Wish. It's an eyeshadow color. And I'm gonna put that over this. Just for a little extra pizzazz. And that's it. I'm going to take setting powder. So again, I want this to stay, and I love our setting powder, but if I want any longevity out of my makeup, and I live in Oregon, it's rainy like 90%, 95, lately 99% of the time, I'm going to take Urban Decay All Nighter Pressed Setting Powder. I'm going to go in with the fluffy end here, and I'm going to go on all my oily parts. I'm not going to put this on my soft tissue under my eye. That will build texture, and I don't want texture. Nobody does. So that's why I don't usually use a lot of powders, but that's what I do. I'm going to grab my setting spray, and I'm good to go. So when I go out, what time is it? It took me 15 minutes, 20 minutes because I talk a lot. So 20 minutes. I'm going to an event in 4 hours. I should be there in 4 hours. Wow, 4 hours. 4 hours. Hopefully this will still be, we'll take a picture. I do want more blush. I do. So now that it's done, I'm going to add some more saffron. I really like a good pink cheek. Saffron's my favorite. Every time I put it on, I'm like, oh yeah, I like you. Look at how pretty that is. Let's add a little bit of bronzer. It's all about just playing around. Oh, I love playing with makeup. Which is why I probably sell it now. Okay. Look at that. Ooh, get saffron. Nobody regrets saffron. Nobody regrets. If I tell somebody to buy something, I've never had somebody say, you were wrong. Okay, that's it. Have a good day.